Hi and welcome back to Classic MGB. Now today's quite a special day. It's Drive It Day. It's the day when everybody gets out in their classic cars and goes somewhere. And we're no exception. We're currently in a car park in a Morrison's in a little town in Wiltshire called Chippenham. But today we're going to the Classic Motor Hub. So let's get going. Say hello, Hall.
Hello.
Oh, now which way do you go? That way, I think.
I've got my coffee and my MG mug. Ready to go.
So one of the things about having an MGB is the kind of social aspect. And there's probably 10 cars from our local Wessex MG Owners Club going up to this event. So I'm quite looking forward to it. It'll be quite fun. Added to that, we've got our slightly oddly named Prod and Poke night tomorrow night. Yeah, exactly. What it actually means is we all park in the car park and have a look at each other's cars, nothing more.
I know, but surely there's a better day.
Yeah. What could be better? Driving in my MG on a sunny morning with my daughter.
No, I bought the MG.
Okay.
No, you're fine. I don't really need to actually do it again. No. Okay.
Take two. What could be better? With my daughter in the MG.
Exactly.
On beautiful roads in the Cotswolds.
Perfect. Much better.
Great.
As your director, I'm very happy.
Thank you. So we're just coming into Bibury, very, very close to where we're going. A very famous place called the Swan. The Swan in Bibury. I mean, look at this.
Oh,
this is proper Cotswolds, isn't it? You know, on a beautiful sunny day through the Cotswolds.
This is stunning.
It's beautiful, isn't it? You can see why so many people come here.
I want to live here.
Yeah, yeah.
So pretty.
Yeah. Well, we've arrived at the Classic Motor Hub, and my goodness, there's so many cars here. And there's about 15 from our club, but probably about 100 from other clubs. It's not just MGs, of course. We need to go and have a look at what else is about. So now, I know this is not an MGB, but they do say that the MGB-GT was the poor man's Aston. Well, this one's probably as near as you can get to the Bond DB5. It's a 1963 Aston Martin DB5 in silver Superleggera. How much do you think? A steal at £595,000. So that silver DB5 was absolutely fantastic, but I've actually found an owner, Clive Austin, and this is his beautiful DB5. Clive, tell me about the car.
It's a 1964 DB5. It's on triple SUs. It's been fully restored by Aston Engineering, who took 4 years to rebuild it. So took the body off, complete body and mechanical restoration, and tweaked it up. Standard DB5 is 4 litres and this one is 4.7, so it's slightly tweaked, but in all other respects standard, matching numbers. But sadly I sold my MGB to buy my first Aston, and I've been desperately trying to find it, but OYT 787F, a 67 Roadster, and I still can't find it. It's been off the road since 2014, and if anyone knows where it is, please let me know, because I'd love to buy it back.
OYT 787F. So if you've got that car, get in touch with us, leave a comment, send an email to hello@classicmgb, and we'll put you in touch with Clive. I really hope, really hope that we can find his car for him. In the meantime, we'll carry on. So I found quite an expensive MGB. It's a bit of an interesting one because it's a Roadster and it's a V8, hence it's got the MGC bulge. But how much is it? Well, I'll tell you, it's just a shade under £40,000. So how about this? This is a car from my past. It is a Ford Capri, but it's not just any Ford Capri. It's the Ford Capri that Bodie drove in the series, The Professionals. What a great opportunity to see a lovely 80s classic. Now, I know this isn't an MGB, but it was made in a fantastic year, 1965, which happens to be the year that I was born. Now, looking at this, I think it's in slightly better condition than I am. But then again, Classic Motor Hub isn't going to be ridiculously cheap. £75,000. We've seen some fantastic cars, but we're actually only about halfway round, so we thought it'd be quite nice to have a bit of a pit stop. So we popped into the coffee shop, come shop. So I think we might be here a little while, see if they've got any MG related stuff that I can buy. We've caught up with Neil Davies, who has a lovely MGB, and he's done some work to it, an MGB-GT. Neil, tell me what you've done to the car.
Well, I mean, there's an awful lot that's been done to it. I've only done very small amounts myself. I don't really have the skills for that sort of thing. Yeah. I took it after I got it to Frontline Developments near Abingdon, I think they are. So underneath the body, it's had new front brakes, disc rear brakes. It's had new suspension at the rear, the 5-link rear suspension, which is an absolutely fantastic modification to do. Highly recommend that. And then recently I took it to Cotswolds Classic Car Restoration. They've done some bodywork stuff on it, like the front valance and the rear valance they've done. So it's almost kind of complete to what my vision for it was. The only thing I haven't touched is the engine, so I'm sure there's more money to be spent there in the future.
Yeah, if you've seen our video on how much you spend on a car, yeah, it's a certain amount of money.
I have, and my total is a little higher already. So
yes,
you know,
I found somebody that spent more than me on the MG.
Yeah. It kind of is never ending in that you think you're finished, but then you think, oh, maybe just one more little thing, and on you go. So, but I've run out of money for now. So maybe next year I'll carry on and we'll do some more to it. But for the moment, I'm glad to have finished.
Excellent. So it's sort of got the competition cowlings and the roll cage and the roundels. Are you thinking of racing it or competing it anywhere?
If I was any good at driving, that might be an idea, but it's not something I'm planning on doing. I just personally like the look of the kind of 60s, 70s race car. So maybe a track day, that might be fun. I'm actually going to Goodwood to drive some other cars next month. So that will give me a little bit of experience on a track in a competition MGB. So we'll see how it goes. If that's something I enjoy, then you never know. Never say never.
Well, we're towards the end of the day at the Classic Motor Hub, and I'm really pleased to have caught up with Martin Chisholm. Martin Chisholm is the man that's responsible for all of this. Martin, tell me how it all started.
Gosh, well, it's about 7 years ago now, and I was looking for a place to actually move some of our car storage business into, and was looking for some warehousing, and this place came up on the market, and I drove in here, and looked at that building over there. So I thought, well, if I can, I've got to move the business here. So I was able to sort of put a deal together, buy the site, and then we renovated the hangar, and I moved the sales company into the hangar, and then we renovated the buildings behind us, and I've put the workshop on it, and everything sort of evolved from there. And then the Coffee and Classics came about because I popped into the local petrol station, and the chap there, the petrol station owner, used to look after a Willis Jeep for me. And I had a Willis Jeep. And I said, oh, I bought the old RAF Bibury site. And he said, well, we did a talk there. One of our members, the Military Vehicle Society, knows all about the site. So I said, well, come along on a Sunday. I'd love to know more about it. So I invited them along on a Sunday morning. And I thought, well, we'll have 10 enthusiasts turn up, and I said, I'll put on the coffee and the cake and you put on the talk, as it were. And actually we had about 60 military vehicles turn up, and that was our very first Coffee and Classics. And I thought, well, let's do it again. So we sort of rushed around, sent out an invitation to our local mailing list, and we got nearly 200 cars here on that first one. So, and then it's gone on and we've gone on and gone on. So we have room now we've got room for just under 400 cars, about 370 cars, and we've opened the cafe and the gift shop and the coffee shop. Initially it was barista vans, But of course, then what would happen is we'd have a coffee and classic, and the barista van that we'd asked to come in and supply the coffee would break down en route, or their coffee machine would blow up. So we weren't really in control of our own destiny. So that's how it evolved. And touch wood, we've been quite lucky with the weather so far. And we do these really quite frequently now. And we always get 360, 380 cars, which is about 500 people, and it keeps every area busy. So we've got cars for sale, cars and all the cars on view. People love looking at each other's cars.
Absolutely. So tell me about some of the cars. I mean, we looked around some of them, some beautiful cars. Fangio Maserati.
The Fangio Maserati. Well, the engine is the Fangio Maserati engine. Yeah. The rest of the car has been made up around the engine. We had the Dave Saunders collection. Dave sadly passed away, and we had his MG collection to sell. We still have the Gammon Special, and the Works Midget.
We've actually done a piece on that one.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, it's really nice when we get cars that have international history and are well known within a group.
So what's new? What's the latest? What's going to happen next at the Classic Motor Hub?
Goodness. Well, I think we've got 11 car clubs in April that are coming with groups of cars, and I think in May we've got 17 different car clubs coming throughout the month. So there's quite a lot going on. We've got a motorcycle ride it day. I believe that's next weekend. So we should have 600 to 700 motorcycles here next Sunday. So it's all sorts of things with a petrol theme. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a complete, hidden jewel, this place. I've never been here before, and I'm so pleased that we found it.
Well,
Martin,
thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
It's really nice to host
Cheers.
you all. Yeah,
thank you.
Great. Thank you.
So that's it. A lovely morning on a beautiful spring day at the Classic Motor Hub in Bibury. Well worth a visit if you ever get a chance to get up near here. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a share, give it a like, subscribe to the channel and all that stuff. As always, thanks for watching and take care.